So welcome to today's webinar. If my voice sounds funny, it's because I've got a little bit of a cold, but maybe that's better. Um, I'm Brandon's going to be covering some specifics in Client Creator that I think you'll find very helpful and useful. But what I want to cover first with you is that we've had an awful lot of you ask, okay, what do I do with these leads? Once that you guys have generated leads for me, now what do I do? Well, that's a great question. We've actually already covered it in one of the coaching calls, but let me do it again real quickly. And in the first coaching call folder in the downloaded materials, one of the items is called Lead Conversion Systems and Ideas. So real quickly, here they are, and you can go download them again if you need to by going to myrealtybiz.com and use the password coach, COACH. Okay, so I think a friend of mine, Fernando Herboso, said it best when I asked him to share his best lead conversion ideas. And here's what he said. He said, Rand, I think agents need to understand that someone looking for their home's value is almost always 6 to 12 months from needing any type of real services or realtor services. Agents are giving up too soon and leaving their leads orphaned when they are the most in need. Now, the number one thing that everyone should do is subscribe those leads to some type of local market follow-up. Since you all have Client Creator, the minute you get a lead, it drops into your email campaign that's associated with that lead capture website. There's also an option that will send prospects an updated home valuation every single month. And I just said there's an option. It isn't an option. It happens automatically. So when anybody gets a home valuation at one of your lead capture websites from Client Creator, they will automatically get an update from you every 30 days forever, and unless they opt out. So that's automatic. That's an email from you with a link for them to get their updated current market value so they can monitor their biggest investment every single month as a free service from you, and you don't have to do anything for that to be happening. Is that great or what? So believe me, when they open those emails, they'll do it with anticipation, and if you can track the open rates, it's much better for you, so that when you can find that most motivated person that will sell, that's when it's fun. So after that, this is when you want to send your brochures, booklets, postcards, other things. But the most important thing you want to put in their hands immediately, within 24 hours of the lead, is their pre-listing package. The pre-listing package is the number one thing you want to put into their hands for every lead. For buyer leads, you want to put part one of the buyer package together. Part one. And you've all got it. Make sure it's personalized to you and email that out the minute you get a buyer lead. It's the first thing that should happen for buyer or seller leads is they get your pre-listing package or part one of your pre-sale package. Now let me go on. This is again a guy that does a whale of a lot of business, Fernando Herbosa. So he sends out all of those things. He even drops by and drops off a business card. So do all sorts of other things to stay in touch with them other than just letting the email campaigns continue to flow. They'll go on for 60 to 90 days. But in addition to that, you want to do some of these other things. It says these are the actions that give email campaigns more impact and value. It's always the little things that make a huge difference. Being strategic works when combined with patience and intelligent follow-up. And then he goes on to say he had a $1.3 million listing right now that came from doing the exact things he's telling you here. So let's move on to the outline of ideas and actions that you can start using to convert those leads that you keep generating in Client Creator. Number one, activate your Monday morning coffee newsletter. If you haven't done that, do it today. I won't go into the details of it. You can download this and read it yourself. Number two, offer guarantees. Okay, I'm not going to go over guarantees right now, but I've got a number of different guarantees that you could offer as well. During this period of follow-up, what you want to do is separate yourself from everyone else. This is the time you do that. Communication that's interesting, not something that is pounding them to force them to list with you. The natural ending to this process will be that they will interview you for the job of professionally marketing their home, or as a buyer, that they will allow you to help them and serve their needs. Okay? Now, just a couple of things about guarantees, though. To qualify for my I'll sell your home in 29 days or less guarantee, there's 2 requirements that I have. And that is that we both must be in agreement on the initial pricing strategy, and they must be willing to do any of the fix-up or repairs that I am going to suggest to them. Okay, if they'll do those 2 things, I'll guarantee to sell their home in 29 days. Now, I'm not telling you have to do that. These are some ideas and some effective follow-up. This is what we do. And there's another one. You can buy this home and I'll sell yours for free. But you can be the decider of that. Offer incentives or bribes. Send every lead prospect your $1,000 or $500 client appreciation certificate. Has value. You keep giving them value. You keep giving and giving and giving and giving. Ask for nothing in return. And they will push really hard to give you something back. That's called the law of reciprocity. And it works with everyone. So this idea is a little different than guarantees, in that the idea of offering them ethical bribes to your prospects to take the action you want them to take, like selling their home. Okay? An offer would be to offer them a discount if they sell their home through you and they buy their next home through you. You give them some kind of an incentive. Send a small, inexpensive gift to initiate the law of reciprocity. That's how you do it. We send a little sold chocolate bar that we have made up at the chocolate factory. And then there's an important note about the law of reciprocity. If you've never heard of that before, there is such a thing. It is a law, and it does work. And then the next, isolate their concerns. You're trying to find out what it is that you need to do to at least be one of the people they interview for the job of professionally marketing their home. The other thing is, next, educate, educate, educate. You've heard me say this again and again and again. It's so important that you're educating them every chance you get. Someone's going to, or they're going to educate themselves. That's the worst 2 choices that they could have. Educate them to a way of doing business that matches just how you do it. Okay? Number 6, miscellaneous ideas that you can use during the painful process of waiting for the conversion. Excuse me. Send a personal email or handwritten note to every prospect once a week. That's in addition to your emails. Be sure to keep it short, to the point, and remind them that you are still serving their needs and are available for any of their real estate needs at any time, even other needs that they have. If you're waiting for them to list their home, they might have something else that comes up or another question. They almost always do, don't they? Send them a small, thoughtful, inexpensive gift every once in a while, just to show them how important their business is to you. This makes them feel very important, and everyone likes to feel important. Final thoughts: be patient. Can't stress this enough. Never, ever, ever, ever quit. Stick with it for as long as it takes to start working. I'll let you read the rest of this on your own and turn it over to Brandon right now. Okay, remember you can get this download by logging into My Realty Biz. That's my MyRealtyBiz as in zebra.com. And the password to get into that and download the materials is COACH lowercase. And if this document I just went over is in the coaching folder number 1. Okay, thanks so much. Brandon, it's all yours, my friend. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rand. Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to have a kind of a short webinar. I'm just going to go over a couple of things and a couple of quick tips that I just want to refresh everybody on. Some of the areas that I'm going to talk about we might have gone over in a previous webinar or just didn't go over in detail, but we at the support center we get a lot of questions just about every day on how to do something, and obviously over phone, over email, it's a little tough to try to visually show them what to do. So that's why we have our video library in the system. It has just about everything that you could possibly do. We've created video tutorials based upon the support requests that we get coming in to help show how to do things. So normally if somebody asks us how to do something, rather than try to show them, or tell them over an email or over the phone, when we can't see their screen, we give them a visual link to the video tutorial and walk them through. And all of those are located in the video library. Everything that you could possibly use is in this video library, including our previous webinar recordings. So if you've watched a webinar and you want to revisit some of the things that we've gone over, you can watch that. That's in the webinar section here. The Get Started, that pretty much is the section to get your client creator up and running and how to customize everything. Most of you are on the concierge program, so you don't really need to do this portion of it, but again, if you wanted to become familiar with it and you wanted to get more involved, you would come to this section here. How to use Client Creator, just about all the functions and how to do things are in here. And how to set things up, or for instance, the home valuation estimator tool, which I'm actually going to go over with you shortly. I'm going to go over a couple of things with the home valuation. The phone lookup process, the text message system. It has all of the information here. The start here, I saw that start here, that is the same menu, the same videos on your very home page here that you click on. If you click on that red start here, it'll drop down all of your menus there. So that's what those videos are. They're the same ones if you wanted to access them from the video library. And any updates we do to Client Creator, we put into this section. Helps you to keep on top of what we've added to the system. We're actually going through and adding the dates to these now. So a couple of these are new and they don't show up on the dates. So our team is going through these and renaming these for the dates so that you know what the newest one is. But please, I would definitely recommend everybody to take a peek at the video libraries if you have a question about something. I mean, obviously, email or call our support center is needed, but obviously, sometimes it's hard to show somebody over an email or over the phone how to do something. So that's why we do a visual video tutorial, which walks you through, shows you the screens on where you need to click, and obviously, it's a lot more productive to see it that way. The other thing I'm going to cover is the Monday morning coffee. If you haven't activated your Monday morning coffee, please make sure you activate it now. You just come to click on the Monday morning coffee and click sign up now. It is free to you, up to 3,000 per month. We actually are going to probably include that for 5,000 emails per month for most members, but right now it's at 3,000. I don't think anybody goes over that, to be quite honest, at this point. But if you do, we'll modify your program. But if you haven't already signed up for the Monday morning coffee, it's important that you do so that you can get this out to your clients. Remember, when you sign up for a Monday morning coffee, the email for the new Monday morning coffee newsletter goes out on Friday. So you will receive a new Monday morning coffee every Friday in your Client Creator. Please make sure you go over this prior to Monday sending. If you want to change, tweak, delete verbiage, add something to it, because once Monday comes, it goes out as is. So however it's in your system in Client Creator is how it's going to go out to your clients. So it's important that you have a schedule where you remember to modify the Monday morning coffee before it goes out. Unfortunately, we do get some emails first thing in the morning Monday when they say, I forgot to add something, is it too late? Chances are yes, because it goes out early. We want to get it out. Most of the time it's out by 5 a.m. or between 5 and 6 a.m. it's usually out, but we want to get it out in the inboxes pretty early. The other thing on the home page is the bonus material, your download section. your materials. Everything that we use is in this section here. So you have a lot of material in here to go over, from your Facebook marketing materials to the graphics that we use for headers and marketing. These are home buyer downloads that are attached to some of the lead capture pages, or that some of the email campaigns speak about. Some of your email campaigns say, if you're interested in the home buyer worksheet, contact me and let me know, and I'll send it to you. So if you get an email from a client that says, I'm interested in viewing that home buyer worksheet, send it to me. This is where you find it. So anything that's mentioned in the email campaigns for a download are located in this section. Home sellers, the 7 critical questions, home sellers guide, pre-listing package. This is the most important one that most people ask for, this pre-listing package, and that's located in your bonus material as well. But again, if it's comes to where you're like, a client asks you for something on a download and you're not sure where to come and get it, you just click on your homepage on this bonus material, and you'll find all of the sections there for you. Okay. The other thing before I get into the home valuation tool I want to cover is the team members. You can add team members to your accounts. Everybody has a primary account holder, which is most likely you, but you can add team members so that they'll have access to your lead capture pages, your email campaigns, your client list, etc. And to do this, you'll go into your account information. And if you go into your account information, you'll see a subcategory that says team members. If you click on the team members, you'll see your list of team members here, and you can just add a new team member pretty much right here. Your name, email address, set up a password for them. If you want them to receive copies of leads, you'll just check this box here. So that every time that you get a lead, they'll receive a copy of their lead in their email only. They're not able to receive text messages. That is reserved only for the realtor on the main account, but they'll receive a copy of the lead in their email inbox. If you don't want them to receive a lead, don't click that box. They won't receive anything. When you set up a team member, they will have limited access to the account. Again, they'll be able to handle the primary functions of Client Creator. They'll be able to access the email and text menus, the website listings, client list. They will not have access to any of the IDX or the account information section. So they will not be able to go in and modify your primary account. They won't be able to modify your picture, login, logo, nothing like that. They'll be able to modify theirs, but not yours. So there is a limited, ability. But as far as the email and text and website listings and client lists, they have full control with that on your system. So they'll be able to do pretty much everything you can do within these primary sections. Okay, the last section is the adjustment tool and the CMA details. This is where we get a little bit of some questions regarding how to modify your CMA details on the address grabber or any of the lead capture pages that provide a home valuation. And it's pretty easy, and I'm going to go over it now. If you click on the edit button to the right of the lead capture page that you want to work with, you'll see the menu bar at the top. I'm sure everybody's familiar with this. The CMA details is right here, and you're going to click on that. You have a couple different things. If you want the CMA report to show, so if you want to show the client a valuation of their home, the details, pictures, comps, stuff like that, you'll make sure it's on. If you do not want them to see a home valuation or a home value at all, you'll turn it off. They'll receive a thank you very much. We'll get the details together for your home valuation, and we'll send it to you. So that kind of puts the burden on you as a realtor to send them a home valuation. as quickly as possible. But if you do, if you don't want to have it at all and you want to do that, then you just turn it off. And you basically turn it off by clicking on it. And you'll see that it goes on and it turns itself off. But we're going to turn it back on. The next thing is the CMA adjuster. And this is a biggie. Most of the time, sometimes people will say that the home valuations in my market area seem to be coming in a little high, a little low, whatever the case may be. You can adjust the home valuation that's coming through for the clients. If you want it to drop it down by 10%, if you want to, think it's too high and you think it needs to come down 10%, just click that. It'll bring it down 10%. If you think it's too low, you want to click it and it needs to go increase by 10%, you click on that. Now, what will happen is the home value for that client, that particular client, will display with the, it'll take the base home value that it was given and then increase it by 10%. So that's the home valuation that they're going to receive. Now, in your end, you're going to receive the actual home valuation with the adjustment. So you're going to see both. So you'll be able to see what it was actually the original amount was given, and that'll be in their details of the client list. So you can adjust this, up and down, and this can be changed per lead capture page too. Let's say you do have a lead capture page in, Mobile, Alabama, and that seems to be high. So on those lead capture pages that you're going to market to that market area, you can increase by 10%. But let's say you have a lead capture page set up for Knoxville, Tennessee, and that's on the low end. Then you can adjust that low. So you can have different adjustments for different market areas for each of your lead capture pages. So this is a great tool to make sure that your home valuations, no matter what the data is customized to your needs. The pop-up message just comes in to tell them, I don't know if everybody saw about the allow for the to find your location. That's what that message is for. We usually by default leave this on because we wanted people to allow it if they don't have it allowed already, so that we can pull in their information. The only reason you would really turn this off is if you turn the GPS feature off, which is right below it. The GPS feature is the geolocation service for locating them in on the system. So trying to find their address. If the GPS feature is turned on, it's trying to find the address of where they're located based upon latitude, longitude. So that's what these two go hand in hand. So if if you want them to enter in their address manually, and don't want them to get located automatically, then you would put that information, you would turn this feature off. But if you wanted to try and find them automatically, you can you keep that GPS feature on, and it'll locate them. But again, the pop-up message will be, we're trying to find your location, click allow. I'm sure people have seen that when they've gone to other websites. The final one is the video pop-up. The video pop-up is an instructional video that pops up in the bottom right-hand corner here. I'm going to turn it on real quick. And you'll see that right there. It's a play video. It just gives you a quick video that we have in the system for what a home valuation is, how we use it, what it's good for, and what the information is that'll be provided to you. But by default we leave that off because some people want it, some people don't want it. But we give you that option. So if you take this video and you like it and you want to put it on there, so it's a little bit of instruction. We've seen some success with that. If people aren't sure what they should be doing, they click on that and it goes through a little video, a little instructional video, and helps them along. Maybe makes them feel a little bit more at ease with entering their information on the page. But again, if you don't want to use that, you can click off and it'll take it off of right there. The other thing is the statistics. Statistics are going to be your page statistics. And I'm going to go over a quick thing with this because these are going to be different than statistics you're going to receive maybe through Facebook or your social media platforms. We actually record engagement differently. Engagement is, we'll go over page visit. Anybody who comes to a page and the page loads, that's a page visit. Now, page engagements are when you, on this lead capture page, a page engagement would be if it captures an address. If it captures an address, that's a page engagement. We captured information, they engaged, they're at the second stage of the page. So on an address grabber, that capturing the address would be an engagement. On a buyer lead capture page, a page engagement would not be until they entered in their information, their name and their email address or their phone number to generate a quality lead. So the two types of lead capture pages, the page engagement varies a little bit, based upon information collected. And then obviously if you got an engagement and you generated a quality lead, the leads generated would increase. So this is a great way to see how each page is doing. And our concierge team uses this because we're constantly modifying the lead capture pages for different market areas, different pictures, different verbiage. So we use this to see how many people visited, how many people engaged, and how many leads were generated. So, not only a great tool for us, but it's also a great tool for you as well. So you can keep track of what's working. And that's the big thing. What may work in one market area doesn't work in the other. So it's constant changing, constant freshness of the ads, of the marketing, of the lead capture pages. That's key, and that's one of the things that our concierge team is on top of. We're constantly doing things differently. We're constantly changing it from week to week. The lead capture pages very, very rarely will stay the same unless they're being very productive for us. If they're being very productive and they're doing well, we will let it run its course. Not going to change anything until we see that go into a different direction. But yeah, this is now I said it's a little different than social media because page engagement with Facebook means if you see the ad on your news feed and you stop and pause and it's in the center of your screen and you're looking at the ad, Facebook considers that an engagement. I don't agree, but they do. Engagement also might be if they like a photo or if they like a post that we did or you did on the page, that's an engagement. If they comment on it, that's an engagement. So an engagement to them, you're not generating a lead. An engagement to us means you've generated a lead. Something that you can use, tangible information that you can use to contact a client. And don't forget, if you only get an address with the home valuations or the address grabbers, you can get the phone lookups on the phone lookup process. I know I've covered that before, so I won't go crazy into that. But if you have an address, do a phone lookup. It's a very successful, and it will look up the cell phones too that are associated with that address too. So you'll get that information as well. Okay. So we've gone over statistics, we've gone over that, and I think that's what I wanted to cover with everybody today. Again, I'm going to try to keep these short and sweet for everybody to cover just some basic information. The past couple have been a little longer, and I've heard that it's inundated with them information, so I apologize for that. I want to try to keep it short so that you can absorb it and just show you some of the quick features. So I won't take any more time today. Hopefully this was informative and you learned something that you didn't, or you can use the Client Creator program and see some of the benefits in it. But please make sure that if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to our support team, and we will be happy to help you in any way. All right, everybody, have a great day, and thank you very much for joining us today.